Well, a very good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you whenever you'll be uh, catching this video. This is this week's midweek check-in. Pastor James coming to you from the Fortress of Solitude here on Old Norcross Road. It's good to be with you again here, again for another week of life together in the kingdom of God here at New Hope Christian Church. And it is my joy and pleasure to be here to serve alongside you and with you as we seek to impact our community for God's glory. Just some calendar things to begin with. We This coming Sunday, we will continue watching The Chosen. It's hard to believe it's the 24th of the month, but it is the last Sunday of the month of September. So next Sunday, a week from, is October 1st. There's a lot going on between now and then, but want to invite you out as I do every week, even if you haven't been watching along with The Chosen, to join us at 5 o'clock in the large fellowship hall for episode 6 of this 8 episode season 3. It has been wonderful, one of the most impacting and impactful um episodes was this past Sunday night, where we watched the story of Jesus uh, raising Jairus's daughter, and in the middle of that, uh, the healing of the woman with the issue of blood, who had had that for 12 years. And we read about that in the Gospels, particularly in the Gospel of Mark, where Mark has those two stories beautifully sandwiched together, and The Chosen captures this as well, where Jairus comes to Jesus, and as Jesus is on his way to heal Jairus's daughter, or to raise her from the dead, um, the woman with the issue of blood touches the fringe of his garment. Beautiful line. Even if I can touch the fringe of his garments, I won't tell you what the Chosen's reenactment of Jesus, everything that he says to this woman, but it's a beautiful scene. So I want to encourage you. There are some wonderful things coming in these last 3 episodes. So 5 o'clock Sunday evenings, we got three more. And I hope you'll come out. It's sure to be a blessing to you. And Yeah, so The Chosen, and that's this Sunday. All right, and then a big week ahead after that. We've got next week. We've got the brown bag dinner and fellowship time, obviously tonight and next Wednesday. But we got the brown bag dinner and fellowship time, followed by Bible study, where we'll continue in our God Provides series, and then of course at 7:10, choir rehearsal. The Bible study is available in person in the small fellowship hall or on Zoom. If you'd like to log in, we also record the session, and you can stream it afterwards. And also, this not this coming Thursday, but a week from this Thursday, the Thursday Morning Theology Group starts a new book. It's called The Prodigal God by the Reverend Dr. Timothy Keller. And it is, I have not read it, but I have read other books from Timothy Keller. I have heard Timothy Keller speak on video, and he is an affecting, again, there's that word again, an affecting and just a dear, sweet, bright theological mind who unfortunately passed away earlier this year from pancreatic cancer. But Dr. Keller didn't write his first book until he was in his mid 50s. Um, and what he has left us is he's left us just an indelible mark on especially the evangelical Christian world, but certainly the Christian world at large. So we're going to be reading that book beginning next Thursday. The books are available. Please see me or Carol for the book, and the book is free of charge. If you'd like to participate, we do it on Thursday mornings at 11 o'clock. Again, in person in the small fellowship hall, but also available on Zoom if you'd like to join us live. And of course, we record the session for you to view a little bit later on. Now, the big event next week, of course, is the Fall Festival coming up on Saturday, September 30th, 10 to 4, out at the beautiful Oakland Community Garden. And we want to be sure to thank Jennifer Ginsey and her team for all the work that has been happening thus far, and for everything that's to come over the next week. We want to pray for our vendors, pray for our community, and pray that your pastor doesn't get pneumonia, the flu, COVID, whatever, you name it. from agreeing, and I did agree, and I did happily to being uh, the dunked as it would be. But remember, it's $1 a throw, and as I said Sunday during worship, it can be however much you love the garden or however much you dislike me, whatever your prerogative is. Uh, you could come and throw as many of these bean bags or whatever it is we've got. I haven't seen them. And it should be a great time. And of course, all the money raised will go directly to the Oakland Community Garden. So please pray for our volunteers who are working, our vendors, our community, um, and we're going to hope that the weather is nice and warm with a gentle breeze, so no one's too hot. And just praying for a good day on the 30th. All right. Following that, of course, on October 1st is World Communion Sunday, and I'll have more to say about that next week. Some folks are traveling for work and for pleasure this week. We want to pray for Helen Mayoral. Helen headed up to Pennsylvania for a work thing. She's going to be flying down to Florida um, to join her aunt, and the two of them will be driving up to St. Simon's to join Sharon Klein for the Georgia Disciples Women's Retreat. So we want to keep Helen and Sheila and Sharon in our prayers. Sharon will be driving down Thursday in anticipation and in preparation for DW Retreat. Epworth by the Sea is a beautiful place. St. Simon's is a wonderful place to get away and to enjoy a couple of days. Just keep all of those ladies in your prayers, especially Heather Webb. She is the minister out at Union Christian Church in Watkinsville. Now, that's actually where Carol Hanson and her family, actually, they lived on the street that Union is on, and they worship there for a good long while. So Heather is the keynote speaker, and Ann Edmondson, wife of Tom Edmondson. Tom is the pastor down at the First Christian Church of Atlanta on La Vista Road, and his wife Ann is an extremely talented and blessed church musician, and she will be leading the music for the ladies uh, down there at Epworth. So keep all those ladies in your prayers, and keep the ladies commission, the Disciples Women's Commission, in your prayers as well. Others that are traveling, these folks are traveling for fun. Uh, Gail Lopes, Ed Mura Lopes, and Justin Lopes. Right this minute, as I film this, they are on a plane headed to San Francisco, and I'm hoping they'll wear some flowers in their hair. And if you get that reference, text me and let me know. But they're heading out to San Francisco. Said they're going to visit San Francisco, but also like Tahoe and Reno. And all I told them is that if they win anything, be sure to tithe. That's I think would be a commendable thing for them to do. So keep them in your prayers also as they are traveling about. Let's continue to pray for Sandy Kennedy, who has COVID, Melissa Thoman, who's got a bum shoulder, and she's having to wait until next Monday for the results from an MRI that she had yesterday. Let's continue to keep her in our prayers. Um, let's continue to pray for sweet Linnell and for Hinton as he ministers to her and serves her, praying that every day is a better day for Linnell. And just keep our church in your prayers. I'm excited about this coming the time that's upon us. Our final board meeting of the year will be on October 8th at 2 o'clock, and we will be discussing uh, officers and budget to be sent to the congregation for their approval at our November congregational meeting. And I mean, things are just going to pick up like they always do at the end of the year, and before you know it, it's Christmas. But a lot to do before then, and I just pray that we'll soak up and enjoy and thank God for each day that He graces us with. I love you, and I thank God for you. I pray God's richest blessings on you, and I leave you with this note. And I wanted to make sure that I put it last, so you'd have to wait for the really good stuff at the last. In Jennifer's article this week for the garden, um, which I'll find eventually, maybe, maybe not. Uh, Here it is. Okay. She talks to us about the silent auction. And we do. She says we have some seriously cool silent auction items. Now, I want to say sometimes the silent auction items may not be all that in a bag of chips or whatever. But let me tell you, I've been down there and looked at them. And when she says we have some seriously cool silent auction items for you to bid on, she ain't lying. All right. But we also have a buy now option for anyone who wants to skip the bid and purchase the basket for a reasonable price. All right. The bidding will begin on September 30th during the Fall Festival. But if you would like a preview of the baskets and the minimum bids, you can see both on our website. All right. And here's the link. And I'm going to put the link for this in the email that I send out as well, a direct link for you to go there. nhcclga.com / silent auction. You'll need to click older posts at the bottom of the page to see them all. Okay? I'm serious. There are some really, really, really cool silent auction items down there. All the proceeds go straight to the Oakland Community Garden. So, all right. I think that's enough. This is one of my longer ones, but there's a lot to talk about. But here's the most important thing, as theologian Karl Barth said when he was asked if he could boil it all down. This is the man that wrote the Church Dogmatics and just pages upon pages and words upon words. He was asked if he could boil it all down, and he said this: Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. And isn't that wonderful? Hey, go with God today. Have a great rest of your week. I hope to see you around here at Old Norcross or on Zoom at some point. Take care. Bye bye.